about. So I'll throw in something. The clock is ticking and time to start the show. What time it ends, we just don't know. Hopefully Mrs. Dufresne doesn't wake up. Oh, Mrs. Dufresne. Once it's certain we're all happy friends, and all together the fun never ends. So stick around and watch with us. It's the after show chat.
Get your butt to bed, Harold Dufresne.
Hey, it's Harold Dufresne!
And
Oh, rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Oh, rubber ducky, I'm so fond of you. Oh, boo boo boo. Oh, wait. I'm not really taking a bath. But you know what you are doing? You're watching After Show Chat. All right, dang! It's HD Harold Dufresne, and I'm sorry I had to put so many intros over here. But if you don't know, if you watch our regular show, there's a dog around here that likes to be a pain right around showtime, and I had to feed her and I had to take her out. So excuse me for being late. Not that I'm late. I'm early. All right, yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. All right, man. Guess we're gonna have fun depending who you are. But anyway, I just got a great message from somebody I did a review from, which makes my heart grow, and I'm gonna talk about that in 1 second. With all the flack I caught today, let's just say. Oh, Lordy. Thanks, gang, for watching. It's Food Chat with HD. This ain't After Show Chat. Well, we're under the After Show Chat name over here. After Show Chat is our main show on Sunday nights, but this is Food Chat with HD. Now, whether you're watching live or you're catching us as the show goes on, I do appreciate everybody watching. Last week was our first episode. This is episode 2, and I do appreciate everybody watching. Let me put my notebook up because there's a few things I want to talk about. And gang, tonight's show, let's just say, will be something. All right. Oh, it will be something. All right. Maybe. All right. Gang. Last week's episode, I had a good time. I love doing the show. I thought it went very good for our first episode. Now, again, as you saw, I did not have a new intro. Oh, Gene, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. We did have a great. I enjoyed doing it, and I had a lot of good feedback. And at the end of the day, after people watch it, it may sound a lot of people couldn't watch it live. It seemed like, but you got good numbers. Which, Ramona, thank you for the support. And Nate, of course. But it got good numbers, and I'm happy to do it. And like I said last week, if one person even watches, I'm happy. Because this is what I love to do. I love to do food reviews. I love to talk about food. And I just love everything in general about food. So let me hit it, because this show goes quick. We try to do it in 30 minutes, about give or take. I have a feeling this one might go a little bit longer, but I'm not sure yet. But let's talk about what I always call the good and the bad for the past week. Now, we ate a bunch of places this past week. A few of them I won't. Food. You're right, John Smith. We love food around here. We love food. That's why I'm a food expert. I love to eat. There we go. But I like to call the good and the bad. We ate a bunch of places now. Some of them I won't talk about because I didn't put up the review yet. I'll probably talk about those next week. I had a great experience at one place in the West Bank. I'm going to talk about that one next week. But let's talk about the good. And I'm going to tell you, I went to Metairie it was last Saturday. And I went eat at a place. It's called Gilleries Deli and Tamales. Gang, the food and the amount of food you get and the prices were spot on. I mean, this place, it was $16.95 for a ribeye steak special with 2 sides. And you got 2 sides with that. And on this show, I wear my glasses. I try not to wear my glasses on after show chat, but on this one, I'm by myself, so I'm running solo. But look at this ribeye steak they gave you. You know, this was $16.95. Look at the size. That ribeye steak was cooked perfectly. It had the best seasoning I had on a steak in a long time. That potato salad knocked it out the park. The rice dressing was fantastic, and you get a little French bread and whatnot. Mrs. D got the shrimp on a bun, which were heavenly. I called them heavenly, the shrimp, and they really were heavenly. Now, they did mess up a little bit on the crawfish pie the first time around they came, but they corrected it so well. They cooked us 2 fresh, a fresh crawfish pie and a boudin bowl. Perfect. They fixed it for us. And now I just heard from the granddaughter of the owner. It says, hello, I'm the granddaughter of the owner of Gilleries, and I love your video. And they apologize about the crawfish pie. No problem on that. And very, very nice. And they recommended a few things. Maybe next time I'll go Cajun tender po' boy and onion rings. Our onion rings are cut and hand battered in-house. That's the kind of feat right there. The granddaughter wrote, and it was fantastic. And the place was fantastic. And it's highly, highly recommended. That's in Metairie. It's right off of Airline Highway, right near Sam's Club, around kind of where Sherry's place is, Lee's Hamburgers, around there, but it's like a street back on the block. And excellent food. Now, it's a neighborhood joint. It is a neighborhood joint. And I did see an old buddy of mine who I used to sit in front of me at the Saints game for years and years and years in that place. So, and if you're wondering, I'm drinking water, some weird water I bought. Because I did go walk tonight, get my exercise. So it was fantastic. We both gave it, yeah, exactly there. Skip the Sam's Club pizza. Go to Sherry Cass's place, Lee's Hamburgers, if you're in the mood for hamburger. Or if you want a little plate lunch, or you want tamales, go to Gilleries. You can't go wrong. They have 2 awesome places right next to Sam's right there on Airline. You cannot go wrong with either place. Both places are A's. They both got A's from me. All righty, gang. Here we go. The bad. The bad. I don't know about this. I don't know if we're going to get flack or whatnot, but let me tell you. I went to a place in the Houma area, it's Terrebonne Parish. And the name of it was Bayou Delight. And I'm sorry, in my opinion, Bayou Delight just was not a delight. Okay? I'll be honest, the floor stunk. It smelled like the floor was sticky. It smelled like an old mop in there. The service was horrible. Ordered a platter and didn't get my dinner salad until I told them I didn't get it. Served no water, etc. Now, again, the fried shrimp and the fried fish and all were good. We're decent. I thought they were decent. Mrs. D thought they were okay. We got 1 hush puppy. Usually on a fried shrimp platter, you get more than 1. But this one time, you got only 1 hush puppy and 1 boudin bomb. Great. I gave it a kind C-, a very kind C-, which I thought was kind with the service I got. Mrs. D gave it a D. Now, the reason I came up with this little tagline in here is how a restaurant should it respond to a bad review. Now, I understand restaurants don't like to get bad reviews. I know that. I know that it probably hurts them. It hurts their feelings. But when people go eat and they're spending their money and they're spending their hard-earned money, people have a right to speak the truth. If the food wasn't good for whatever reason, if it smelled like a dirty mop in there, we have a right to speak out and talk. Okay, this is a free country. We could talk. We could, as long as I'm not lying, as long as I'm telling the truth, we have that right. So I gave my review. And of course, the owner didn't agree with me and went on and on about this and that, how I lied, how I wasn't telling the truth, how I just did this to get some light, whatever they said in their feedback. But then at the end of it, and then they said their place doesn't stink. Their place doesn't stink. Well, I'm telling you, that sticky floors that day in the place stunk. Okay, I'm telling you the 100% truth. Okay. Again, in the review, I said, if somebody else comes eat here and they have clean floors, they may get an A, they may get a B. Our experience, we got a C- in our experience. So I'm sorry, gang, I'm pulling something out over here. So at the end of that owner's response to me, they threatened me with an attorney. You better take down your review or else we're going to stick our attorney on you. So that's how you're going to treat a paying customer. Somebody who spent their money and just gave their honest opinion and said, and look, I've given many bad reviews. I've given many great reviews. Most owners, when they get a bad review, say, look, we apologize. If you want to come eat again, we'll fix the problem. Now, they did say they were going to fix the server problem or try to, whatever. But threatening somebody with a lawyer, threatening to sue me, basically, because I told the truth and I gave the honest opinion of their place. No, they said, our place doesn't stink. Gang, I hate to do this because, but I'm be honest with you. These people got me so upset, threatening me, trying to tell me that I have to take down my review when I give my honest opinions. Guess what? I'm not taking it down. It's my honest opinion. And I want to go and look because there's a place online you could look at health reports and they're public records. So I want to look at this Bayou Delight health reports from 2025. And maybe I shouldn't do this, but you know what? They got me mad. And then whenever you threaten HD, guess what? I'm going to do more investigation. And you calling me a liar and saying your floors don't stick or stink or whatever you want to, or it's just a server problem. They probably mop the floors right. Oh, yeah? Well, let's take a look at, and I'm going to put on my glasses, but let's look at these health reports. We're going to start first. They did 3 health reports in this place in 2025. So let's look at the first one, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be looking at the right one or not yet, but okay, yep, here's the one from March of 2025, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you could read it, but let's see what kind of reports they got. And there's one thing I want to point out in these health reports, and that's the most important thing that I don't know if you could read it or not, but it's there. You just look up Louisiana Health Reports, Department of Health. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for Keith Zanders Jr. I will try to go to Frazier's on the West Bank. Thank you so much. Yeah, Everett. Wow. Because Everett was one of the persons who commented on my thing. And he was like, oh, I can't believe they mentioned a attorney. So let's look at these health reports. Look at the first one. Well, they did it. They did thaw the food right. The calf liver was being thawed at some sink with no running water. And, a lot of these you're going to see over and over and over. Always a dust, dirt, food residue, and other debris on top of equipment. The hand lavatory, the men's restroom, they didn't have the right temperature water, all this other stuff. But look at the last one. Floors are not clean. This is from March 2025. There is grease accumulation under the grill and upright kitchen cooler. Okay. Floors are not clean from March 25th, 2025. 2025. Okay, that's March. So let's go and look at their next health inspection on in April. And I hope I get this one right over here because I didn't really name them. Nope, that's January. Let me stop sharing that one, and let me get to April over here. Excuse me 1 second. I believe this is April. Oh, that's still 12/25. 4/8. All right. Let me I'm gonna copy and paste this and take this one out and stop sharing and take that one out. And let me share this one now. I'm sorry, gang. I used to do it. Usually I have my producer doing this stuff. So here's the one from April 8, 2025. And again, I don't know if you can see everything. But again, got some violations on there. Again, food still not stored correctly. Food, again, all the dirt, food residue, and other debris on top of dishwasher. Sanitizer kit is not provided to accurately measure the whatever it is they're doing. Again, the restrooms are still don't have the hot water. Seems like they would have fixed it, right? But they did it. Look at the last one. Floors are not clean. Repeat. So now we have thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. John Smith, thank you so much. I've talked to many people today and yesterday, and they said the exact same thing to me. Because sometimes I wonder if I found this just a one-off experience, and or whatnot. But I got the same feedback from people. Honestly, I did. But that's another second offense of the floors. Now, am I lying so far? Hey, look, I said the floors were sticky and it smelled like a dirty mop. Well, according to this, so far, they're on a little record right there, not keeping their floors clean. So look, let's look at the one, and I'm going to bring it up over here because I kind of closed that tab, but I'm going to go right here to it. And this is the one from July 28th, just a couple months ago, July 28th. So let's see what they got over here. Again, food is not stored 6 inches off the floor. That's a repeat one all the time. Again, dust, dirt, food, around the hand sink area, they have dirt and dust and food. Seems like that's a pretty common occurrence over there. Listen to this one. A utility sink with hot and cold water is not provided. Mop sink removed. So their mop sink, I guess that's where they clean their mop, was removed. Do they not have a place to clean their mop? Kind of makes sense. Maybe if their floors smell like a stinky mop, if they're not washing their mop, according to this, that was removed. Floors are not clean. Again, that's the third time in their 3 reports. The floors are not clean when the health inspectors go in there. Floors are not clean. It's right there. It's public record. Walls, ceilings, or attached equipment are not clean. Moist cloths used for wiping spills on food contact surfaces are not stored in sanitizers between uses. So basically, they're probably wiping the tables down with dirty cloths. So, gang, before a restaurant says I'm lying or I'm not telling the truth, I'm always, when I go eat at a place, I tell the truth. There's no gain for me to lie. I am giving my honest opinion, and Mrs. D is giving her honest opinion, just like if you and your friends would go eat at the place and you're talking after a meal, or you're talking with your friends at your house. I'm giving my honest opinion, and this is the place this is my opinion of the place. There's no slight against them. Now, I got it. Well, we're a working family. We work 3 jobs to keep this. I'm sorry. Okay, but we're working people, and we're spending our hard-earned money just as much as you are. And people are looking for information, and my information is just one piece of the puzzle. It's not the be-all, end-all. I said, and I encourage, Everett said, he's in the chat. I told Everett, go. I encourage people to go try it. Get your own opinions. Because, look, you may have a great experience. Okay? But don't call me a liar. And don't accuse me of saying, you ordered wrong. You ordered the oysters. They're out of season. Oh, really? So because I ordered oysters, I did it wrong because I ordered them out of season when they should. I've been eating oysters for a good while now, all summer, and I've been having some nice ones. So don't say that's how they are, because I've ate some good. And look, if they're out of season, just tell me. Look, the oysters aren't nice right now. You sure you want oysters? And don't say, oh, we give 2 hush puppies, when obviously you only gave us 1. Okay? Service was bad. That's the truth. That's it. I can't say more than that. And then they said, well, come on Friday or Saturday night and ask for these 2 people, and I'm guarantee you're going to get good service. Well, what about I'm there on a Monday like I was this time? I'm not going to get good service. I'm only going to get good service on Friday. That's no excuse. Come on Friday and Saturday night. I guarantee you're going to have good service. Well, sorry, gang. But look, that's exactly, they could work 2 jobs and clothes in the world. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. You said it, Keith, not me. But maybe Johnny should go eat there and see if they mouth. I'm telling you, maybe they should. Maybe they should. But look, there's the health reports right there in front of you. So before you are saying that I'm lying, your place does thing, your floors are okay, and all this other stuff. I mean, look at the health reports, okay? I don't usually look at health reports, but I could have helped myself this time. And I'm not going to harp on this place too much more. I was going to let it drop, okay? I was, they, but I was going to let it drop, but then they started making comments starting last night. And obviously some of the, maybe they weren't, but maybe they were, but one of their friends started commenting on the video, and you could kind of tell when they're their friends, and maybe they weren't their friends, but it looked kind of suspicious. So gang, I just wanted to clear the air right there and tell y'all that is the experience we had at the Bayou Delight. Don't take my word for it. Go eat more. Well, I can't go eat because basically I think they banned me. And, I told the owner. Now, of course, she took her comments out after. But I told the owner, I gave them the example of when I went eat at New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood Company. And I gave them basically the same review. I think it was a C, maybe. Yeah, about the C minus for New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood on Clearview. And instead of the owner accusing me of lying, he watched the video. He contacted me, Gary, and he invited me and Mrs. D to go eat with him so we could talk about the review. Now, I don't expect that from Bayou. I don't expect that from them. But that just goes an example of a way a place responds. So we went eat with the owner of New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood. He didn't want us to make a review. He didn't want us to videotape him. He didn't want nothing. All he wanted to do was get his side of the story out. He listened to me. I listened to him. We talked like civil people. He used my video, and I've been told by employees of New Orleans Hamburger and Seafood that he uses, or he did, I don't know if he still is, but at that time he was using my review video to train his workers so that he could show them how one bad day could upset the apple cart. So, there's different ways to do things. Don't threaten somebody and say, take that review down and you're going to hear from my lawyer. It's an opinion. It's my look at things. I'm not lying. There. All right, gang. Enough about that. I could go on and on about that, and I'm sure I will later. But anyway, let me just bring up a couple more things. Just recently we went, and I've been there before, but I want to give a shout out to the international market in Metairie. The international market in Metairie, I love food. I love all kind of food. I love food from all over. And it is on, it's right off of Veterans. It's on 3940 Barron Street in Metairie. Now, I love all kind of food. I like every kind of ethnic food they have, any kind, Thai, Asian, whatever it is. I like it. And this is an ad, but recently we went because I was looking for a product that Gene had that I wanted to review in the show. They didn't have it, but I found so many other great things in that international market right there. If you like different items or different items from around the world, or you're just looking for something unusual, or maybe I was talking to people in there and they were just buying stuff for a party, like different kind of chips so they all could try it at the party. That's a great idea. All different types of chips. So they have all kind of weird chips or chicken feet chips. I mean, they have all kind of flavored chips over there. Crab chips. I mean, there's, you name it, they have it. I think they did ban it, Keith. I think they did basically say, because the owner did say, not that I'd ever want you back in my place. So I'm sure. I know. There you go, Nate. They did play the victim. Yeah, blame me. Yes, they have all. They don't have the fresh seafood like the Hong Kong market. It's more shelf stable goods, but there are some frozen items, Keith. The Hong Kong market has, and Ideal, if you're from New Orleans, Ideal has the fresh meat over there, but they are more stable shelf stable items like chips and olives, and there's frozen food in there, produce, beer, all kind of different types of, all different kind of exotic candy. You're going to see some candy in there you never saw before, and it's always great to just walk the aisles and see what they have over there. It's just fun to go in down the aisles and see what they have. It's a fun experience. The people are nice. If you need something, need some help, the people are there to help you. It's just a great, and it's always busy in there. So a lot of people go shopping. So it really is recommended if you're looking for that kind of stuff. Now, if you want fresh seafood, that's probably when you have to go to the West Bank or something, go to the Hong, and I know exactly what you're talking about, the Hong Kong markets over there in the West. They have a few of them out there. All right, gang. So shout out the international market. I would like to, Kevin, thank you. I never tried camel milk. Maybe I'll try it. I'll try anything. I'll be honest with you. I'm not reluctant to try anything. I might not like it, but I'll try it at least. I'll give it a shot. All right, gang. My last thing I want to talk about, and I was going to talk about this last week, and Gene, I told Gene about this. My producer tonight, who's monitoring the chat for me. Shout out to you, Gene. I wanted to bring up a topic I brought up to Gene. And if you see me doing food reviews, you're going to see me ordering potato salad a lot. And usually I'll ask a place, you're going to see me, or I'll mention it. I'll say, so I asked them, is it homemade potato salad or is it, deli potato salad in a container that they buy? And the reason I do that is I use that, I guess, my unofficial term, my potato salad benchmark, maybe, because it tells me a lot about a place. Now, look, I'm going to be honest. Gilleries had a great potato salad. I'm going to tell you, Bayou Delight had a great potato salad. I said some of their food in there was good, was great. All they had to do was tweak a little bit and not come after me when I'm turning. But anyway, so I use that potato because I love potato salad. I love Cajun style homemade potato salad. So I use that kind of as a benchmark. So if I go to a place, especially now a deli, I get it. If I'm going to a deli, and they say it's, from a container, I totally get it. I mean, I expect that from a deli style place, But if I'm going to a Cajun restaurant or a hole in the joint, a joint, what I like to call a joint, or a little neighborhood diner, and I ask them, hey, do you have potato salad? Do you make your potato salad? Do they make the potato salad in-house, or do they, bring it from another place? And if they tell me it's not homemade and a little joint, that usually tells me food may not be that great in here. They didn't take the time to make their own potato salad, because it don't take much to make a good potato salad. But if I go to a place and they tell me, yeah, we got our own potato salad, give it a shot, and it ends up being pretty darn good, tells me a lot about a place. I know the food is probably going to be pretty good in the place. It's just one of those things I use as a little benchmark. And I'll give you an example. I went to Desi Vegas Prime Burgers, the burger place, Desi Vegas, and you can watch that review, because that one too had sticky floors in the bathroom. It was disgusting. But anyway. So I asked the server, I said, do y'all make your own potato salad? She said, yeah, but it's not good. Don't order it. Wow. The server is telling you don't order the potato salad because it's not good. She said, nobody likes it. Well, If nobody likes it and it's not good, why is this place still serving it? If they're getting complaints about their potato salad, it tells me a lot about this place. It's like people complain about it. It's not good and they return and they don't like it, but the restaurant doesn't change it. That's basically what it's saying. They don't care enough to change it and make it good. To me, and of course, that place was not good because probably they don't take the time to change stuff. And I do, Gene. I wish the server would. I wish they would have just said, "Yeah, we make our own and let me try it," because then I could have been a little, and see what they do. Keith, that's a good point. I do the same thing with boiled potatoes. Yeah, there you go. If the potatoes hit, then everything else will. That's a good point. John Smith, it might. I had that experience at Jason's Deli in Baton Rouge. The weekend before last, and I thought it was good. And then me and Mrs. D got caught off guard on the way back from Baton Rouge, and we almost didn't make it home. Might have been the potato salad in that Jason's Deli salad bar. It really might have been. I'm not sure what it was in there. Hey, I prefer to be honesty. All right, gang. Look, I like to keep this show about 30 minutes, and I hope. I know. I'm sure this is going to be the end. I'm sure I'm going to hear. I hate to say it like this, but I'm sure I'm going to hear more from Bayou Delight. And look, in all honesty, I give honest reviews. I'm not out to hurt anybody. I use this, and I really and truly believe if restaurants, and look, I'm not the be-all, end-all opinion. Again, I'm just one person. If the place don't think I'm right, then guess what? Just move on and don't worry. Because look, if you ignore me, my reviews are gonna go away. Okay, I'm telling the truth. After I get my initial views, some videos have legs. They grow a little. They grow as they go. Grow. But most of the time, a place like this, people are gonna forget. They're gonna move on and watch the next video and just forget about it. If you want to improve, use it to improve. Use it to improve. I even did mention about that place, and I don't want to drag on, but Mrs. D said the outside was dirty too. So, and I even did mention that. But anyway, and don't say I went in negative. I always go in positive because there's no reason why I want to be spending my money on bad food. I don't make no money on this show. It isn't like if I give it a bad review, I'm going to make $5,000 for this video. No, I am spending my money and I want good food. I'm optimistic I'm going to get good food. I'm not going in looking to eat bad food. Why would I want to waste my money? I'm cheap. I want good food. I want to praise your place. I'm not looking to go and bash it. There, I'll leave you at that. Now, John Smith. I know exactly what John Smith is getting at over here. John Smith, line of the night. And if you don't know, you don't know. But my son-in-law told me last night, you better not go to Terrebonne Parish and go get any gas at the gas stations. I'll just leave it at that. Okay. John Smith, line of the night. Jody's laughing because Jody gets the reference. Oh, Lordy, John Smith. Where are you from, my man? You must be from home. All right. Oh, God. All right, gang. John Smith, you cracked me up. That was it. John Smith, thank you. Thank you, Jody. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Everett. Thank you, Keith. Everybody who watched. I know there's other people watching. I'm looking at the numbers, and there's, I know people don't like to chat sometimes, but I do appreciate everybody watching. Yeah, I'm not going to get gas in Houma either, especially nowadays, especially in Bayou Black area. I will not be going to get gas over there either, okay? All right, gang. Look, I appreciate all the people watching. I really, really do. I just wanted to get that off my chest about that place. And then I wanted to bring some positivity and talk about two positive places. That's Gilleries. Gilleries. Everett, I talked to two people today. I said, look, guys, I might need a bodyguard while I'm traveling through home pretty soon. So I said that. I already tried to set that up. I wanted to bring two positive places. We were talking. I always like to try to be positive. Gilleries Deli in Metairie, Gilleries Deli and Tamales in Metairie. Go check them out. You're gonna have awesome time over there. And if you're in the area and you're looking for groceries, something unusual, and you're shopping and you really just want to go to spot them and check out what they got, go check out that international market in Metairie too. You can't go wrong with either one of those, gang. Everybody, thank y'all so much for watching. We will end the show now. I'll be back next week with Food Chat with HD. There'll be episode 3 next week on Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central, every Tuesday, 8:30. And our live show, after show chat on Sundays at 9 p.m. Central, which is completely different and off the hook and wow. So be looking for more reviews. I got a review coming up Thursday morning. This one will probably be a place on the West Bank. It was fantastic. Spoiler. Everybody have a great week, and thanks again for watching, and stay away from the home of gas stations. There you go.